Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along US 93 between Las Vegas and Alamo, Nevada. So this video starts out there in the hustle and bustle of downtown Las Vegas, Nevada, and then we continue along Interstate 15 there as we get out of Las Vegas and head north, and then once we leave Interstate 15, US 93 pretty much looks exactly how it looks right here in this part of the video. And very similar to US 95, US 93 is one of the main north-south roads in Nevada that connects the southern part of the state to the northern part of the state. US 95 mainly serves the western half of Nevada, while US 93 mainly serves the eastern half of Nevada. And while US 95 mainly connects the two largest population centers in Nevada, with that being Reno and Las Vegas, US 93 really doesn't connect any major population centers of Nevada. In fact, for the rest of the state, as you leave Interstate 15, you're basically going to be passing through towns that basically have a population of roughly 1,000 people, which include the towns like Alamo, where this video ended, Caliente, Pahranagat, Pioche, and then by the time you get up there towards Ely, you finally look like you're in a town that has a decent population, but in fact Ely only has a couple thousand people, and then you're about 100 miles away from Wells, which only has about 1,000 people, and then you're up in Jackpot, which only has a few hundred, and then the next thing you know, you're in Idaho. So most of US 93 in Nevada is a very rural drive indeed, and unlike US 95, doesn't pass through any major population centers once it leaves the Las Vegas metropolitan area. But despite not passing through any major cities through the northern half of Nevada, US 93 is still a pretty amazing drive. Easily the highlight of US 93 passing through this area of Nevada at least is passing through the Pahranagat or Pahranagat. I've heard two different pronunciations of this area, so please feel free to let me know which one is correct down in the comments. The Pahranagat National Wildlife Refuge and the Pahranagat Valley here in Nevada. So I mentioned in the video that the Pahranagat Valley here in Nevada is one of the more unique and interesting valleys in Nevada, just due to the fact that the mountain ranges on both sides of the valley on the east and the west side are the basically boundaries of the Great Basin, which covers most of Nevada. But as you head up 93 here through the Pahranagat Valley, you're still not in the Great Basin despite being completely surrounded by it, if that makes sense. That is because we're still part of the greater Colorado River watershed here in the Pahranagat Valley, which of course is fed by the Pahranagat Creek, which is part of the greater White River watershed / Colorado River watershed. The White River is pretty hard to explain in Nevada because most of the White River doesn't really flow on the surface. Most of it actually flows underneath the surface and is very intermittent, meaning that the river kind of starts and stops whenever it pleases just because it passes through mostly desert. In fact, once you get north of this area right here and you start getting up towards Nevada State Route 318, which is actually the shortcut to Ely than staying on US 93, you actually pass through a very interesting area that has petroglyphs called the White River Narrows. I've never been on Nevada State Route 318 besides that southernmost stretch that connects to the extraterrestrial highway. But I'd really love to check out Nevada State Route 318 as it continues north up in the Pahranagat Valley, and then of course following the White River, which really isn't much of a river like I said earlier in the video. But yeah, I think it would be very interesting to do a video on that just because of how geographically unique this area of Nevada truly is. And I just absolutely love how the Pahranagat Lakes here in the Pahranagat Valley just really stand out after driving through so much of the Nevada desert here in this part of Nevada. You're basically not going to see any water besides these lakes here for many miles in every direction. It's just really amazing to see this like oasis in the desert where so much wildlife just kind of comes together here and lives and thrives in this very dry area of the state. I've never really stopped to check out the Pahranagat National Wildlife Refuge besides just driving through here on US 93, but I would absolutely love to spend more time in this area and just to see all the wildlife that loves to live and thrive in this area. So this is about as far north as we're going to get here along this series along US 93 in this part of Nevada, because I did not film going past the Nevada State Route 318 junction because I basically took that over to the extraterrestrial highway and then I basically followed that back to northern Nevada and then eventually back to California. So to see more of US 93 in Nevada, especially through the northeastern part of the state, unfortunately we're going to have to wait a while until I get back in this area and have a chance to film heading north. And I have not been on US 93 from that point north since 2011, so I'm definitely long overdue to film the area of US 93 here in Nevada. Alright everyone, I just want to give a shout out to all my social media accounts that you see on the screen here because I really am trying to grow my social media accounts beyond just here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that social media platform, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on there. My username is just InterstateKyle. What's really cool about my Instagram is if I'm on a road trip, I will post on my story of where I am and what I'm doing, so it's just a really cool way for you guys to follow along with me in real time to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I know my videos on here can get pretty dated very quickly, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing in real time, I highly recommend checking out my Instagram, and I would really appreciate your support over there. You guys can also check out my Facebook group and my Twitter/X account. The links to all those are down in the description. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my Patreon, which is a way for you guys to support me beyond YouTube here. If you guys want to join my Patreon, you guys can get special perks for joining, like watching all of my videos early before they are released here on YouTube. And all the money I make on there goes right back into this YouTube channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. The link to my Patreon is also down in the description, so if you really want to check it out, I would really appreciate your extra support over there as well. And another thing that is set up on my channel is Super Thanks, which is located to the right of where you would normally like one of my videos. What that basically is just a way for you guys to tip me out for each video going forward if you feel that I've earned it, of course. And then all the money on there also goes right back to this channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. And with all that said, folks, I really hope you all enjoyed this ride here along US-93 in Nevada between Las Vegas and Alamo. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to the next adventure. We will see you next time.